From Atlanta, Georgia, from the Fox 5 studios, you're watching Good Day Atlanta.
In a world of multiplexes, the historic neighborhood movie theater is a dying breed, but Atlanta is lucky to have preserved one of its legendary landmarks. Now, the rich and sometimes raunchy history of the Plaza Theater on Ponce de Leon is coming to life on the big screen. Matt Rasnick is here to tell us all about his new documentary, The Plaza. Matt, good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Well, first of all, you know, we've all driven past the Plaza Theater. It's right there at Ponce, and it's Highland, right there on the corner. And, you know, it's been in the neighborhood for 70 years now.
70 years.
70 years. Now, how did you get interested in the theater? Did you grow up in this neighborhood?
No, actually, this project began much like everything does these days on Facebook. Jonathan and Gail Ray, they're the owners of the Plaza, and I've been friends with Gail for many, many years. And last November, she made a Facebook post talking about how they were struggling and how it was very difficult. They didn't know how they were going to survive, really. And so with my background in film and television, video, I said, well, maybe there's something I can do to help.
Sure, and I'm sure you've got your own personal memories of having visited the theater.
Yes, many, as do many Atlantans. So we went and we discussed ideas, and it evolved into a documentary film. Then I enlisted the help of two of the most talented filmmakers I could find, Mike Bruno and Joseph Crumley, who donated their time and their effort and their talents in using cutting-edge HD cameras to film it with. And I'm an editor myself, so I edited the film myself. So it was really a small effort by a few people to make a really great film. Yeah,
which really speaks to the place in your heart that this theater holds. Let's talk a little bit about the history. When the Plaza first opened, it was actually a shopping center.
Yes, it was the first shopping center in the state of Georgia. Shopping center being defined as anything with off-street parking.
Okay.
It ran as a neighborhood theater for the next 40 years until the 1970s, when
things took a turn for the seedier.
Yes, the neighborhood changed, and I guess to give the people what they wanted at that point, it was adult cinema for a short period of time until the 1980s, when George LaFont came into the picture and revived the theater and made it the very family-friendly theater that it still is today.
Yeah, and it's really known for showcasing so many independent films. And, you know, whenever you want to see even foreign films, it's like that's the place to go. Also, if you're into Rocky Horror, and a lot of people are, what is it, Friday night at midnight?
Every Friday night, Lips Down on Dixie has the longest running Rocky Horror Picture Show in the Southeast. They have a full cast. It's a crazy time.
Yeah, it's much more than a movie. I mean, it's a full-blown experience.
Yes.
Describe it a little bit for folks who haven't experienced that.
Well, they'll have a cast dressed up as the characters from Rocky Horror Picture Show. They talk back to the screen. They have lines, you know, special lines that they say. Probably nothing we can say on television right now.
Right.
They all have props.
Of course.
Yes, all the songs are represented. It's a wild time. It goes on until about 2:30 in the morning.
Wow. Okay. And there are also a lot of other local groups who hold events at the theater too.
Yes. They have Splatter Cinema, which is horror movies once a month. They just started an event called Splatterday Night Live. There is the Silver Scream Spook Show, which is a horror movie event hosted by Shane Morton, who plays Professor Morte. It's a live actors, and then they present a horror film from like the 50s or the 60s, and there's a lot of children that attend this event. It's free for kids. They'll do 2 shows once a month.
Yeah, there's so much happening there. I think just we need to get the word out, and we're doing that here this morning. But you mentioned Facebook. After you know, Gail went on Facebook, did she find that there was a good response? Has business picked up?
I've talked to them. They say that there has been a bit of a surge in business since we've started leaking pieces of the documentary onto Facebook, and gotten great response from people, and everyone has a story.
Sure.
Everyone that we talk to has a story about the Plaza.
Of course they do, and we look forward to maybe having them share more of those stories on Facebook, maybe even Twitter too. Yeah. Well, Matt, I want to thank you so much for joining us, and congratulations on the movie.
Thank you very much.
All right, let's get over now to, well, let me tell folks about how they can see the movie. You can see the story 70 years in the making, the Plaza. It's going to have its world debut this Sunday at 8 p.m. at, of course, where else but the Plaza Theater on Ponce de Leon. For more information, just log on to myfoxatlanta.com and click on the Good Day tab. We will have a link to Plaza Atlanta.